Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. So as you guys may notice, the video quality isn't as good as normal, and I have a reason for that. It's because my video camera that I usually use is low on battery power and SD card space, and we lost the power adapter to it. So we have to charge it via USB cable. It takes forever. You can only charge it when the thing's completely out of battery power because you have to have the camera turned on and be able to hook it up, so set up. It's basically a bad situation. So I am filming with my iMac, except I don't have an iMac yet. Forget I said that. And right here I have a bunch of computers that I have been selling. This pile of computers is a lot bigger a while ago, and some stuff over there isn't really as I don't know, it's not being sold because we just kind of threw stuff over here to clean up, but most of the computers right through here are set up and ready for sale. Not set up, but they're ready for sale. And I've sold about 25 desktops over the past 3 months and made at least $1,000 or $2,000 doing so. And I'll tell you what I did with the money in a little while, if I don't put it in the title or the description or something. But yeah, although I'm at the point which I'm selling computers that aren't nearly as good. I used to be selling like Dimension 4600s and 4700s and computers like that, and they would sell for around $50, $60, even $70. Now I'm selling 8200s, which sell for about $20, which I have way too many of. 2350s, 2400s, which all sell for around $20 to $35, which isn't nearly as good. And I have some Dimension 4550s though, which are the almost exact same thing as Dimension 8200s. They sell for like twice the price. I could sell an 4550 for $40. I sell an 8200 for $20. I don't know why. It's the way eBay works. People don't pay so much for certain models, but I guess that's really all I have to be said about that. And actually, a while ago in one of my videos, I mentioned I had 14 cubic feet of packing peanuts. I actually decided to start using newspaper. It's a hell of a lot cheaper. It actually works pretty much just as well, if not better. So I'm going to move on now to the next part of the video. So right here I've got my secondary gaming PC. I apologize for the poor camera angle. I guess I'll do a bit of camera work in a little while. But we do have a little bit to be said about this thing. For a month or two we had an AMD processor in it. We never updated on our channel. It was a 2.1 gigahertz tri-core processor, but we put the 2.4 gigahertz Core Duo back in it, and it had 3 gigs of RAM. So I had a 2.1 gigahertz AMD tri-core processor and 3 gigs of RAM, but I didn't like the 2.1 tri-core, so I had my brother put back the 2.4 gigahertz Core Duo and 2 gigs of RAM into it because the AMD motherboard, unfortunately, was the only one that could support 30 gigs of DDR2 RAM. So it has those parts back in it, and there's something we added to it. I'm going to move you guys a little closer here. Gotta check out how this is hard to do. This is actually incredibly hard to do. Turn it on. As you can see, actually you can't see that since this camera is so terrible in the back. That is in fact a green fan that my brother put in there. And we made a video a while back on an 8600 GT we got, and my brother has it in this thing just to test it out, and we're basically too lazy to actually put the GTS back in this thing, so the GT is still sitting here after we tested it, because I just don't really feel like putting the GTS back and installing drivers, since I honestly very rarely actually use this computer. I really just never use it, so I'm actually going to shut it off pretty much right now and move on to other topics. Right here I've got my gaming PC. Not a whole lot has changed about this thing. It's the same setup it's been for quite a long time. But yeah, oops, that might be a little bit of a spoiler there. I don't want you guys figuring out anything like that, but anyway, yeah. So this thing's been kind of a pain. I'm out of hard drive space. I remember thinking when I bought this, should I get a 320 gig or 500 gig hard drive? I got the 320. I'm regretting it. It's full. I cannot fit any more stuff onto it pretty much. It has about 10 gigs free, but I'm installing a lot of stuff on it. And actually my Steam folder is over 200 gigabytes. So yeah, that's a lot of gigabytes in games that I have, and I probably have about 250 gigabytes in total of games installed in this thing, which is crazy. And I'm still using Windows XP because I'm a complete noob and too cheap to buy Windows 7. Although I might do it. Newegg has a special deal today and tomorrow, I think, where Windows 7 is $80 rather than $100. It's really expensive for an operating system, but I actually have been considering buying it for this thing. Of course, I got another computer I might be buying Windows 7 for, and I don't want to have to buy Windows 7 for this computer, the computer I just bought, which I'll tell you about in a little while, and my next gaming PC. That'll be a lot of copies of Windows 7, so I'm thinking I'm just going to keep XP on this thing, actually. So, here's my eBay right here. I'm doing pretty well on this. I only have 3 items up right now. One's an SR2010 NX desktop's a compact Rosario. It's got 3 people watching it, up for $50. 8200 desktop up for $20. Oh my god. One person watching it. And a Sound Blaster Live CT4780 PCI sound card is a buy it now. I actually have 8 of these things, 8 or 9 of them, and I'm not really expecting anyone to buy them. I'm going to make about $2.50 if anyone buys them. But yeah, just upload it for a month and to see if I can make any money off of it. I also apologize for the terrible planned out dialogue here. I'm kind of speaking off the top of my head, and that results in many mistakes in dialogue. So, I've sold tons of computers here. All the items I've sold in the past 2 months. Yeah, this is a lot of items. Okay, that's a lot of items I've sold in the past 2 months. Like, I want to have pages of them. It's at least, I don't know, 34. Yeah, 34 in the past 2 months, at least. So yeah. So if you guys were wondering what exactly it was I bought, I'm going to show you. Oh yeah. Look at that beast. $300 of web browsing awesomeness. No, I'm of course joking. I bought an iMac. Specifically, of the 4 versions, this version right here. Because I have my needs. I want to store hours of video, thousands of pictures, and thousands of songs in one convenient location that can actually fit on my desk in my room. That isn't, you know, a big tower computer or anything with tons of cords running out of it. And I think the iMac was the perfect candidate for that. Whatever. Because I couldn't fit a tower like most PCs are on my desk because I simply had no room. And I wanted some computer that was simple to use and that got the job done and I could store all that stuff in organized locations, all the multimedia stuff I have. And that's exactly what iMacs have. So I spent actually about $1,500 on it. The price tag right here is $1,499. But it was $100 off since I bought it on Black Friday, which was last Friday. Today's Monday, which was 3 days ago. It was $100 off, but with $80 tax, it was about $1,480. So it's the 21.5-inch 2.7 GHz version with a 2.7 GHz Intel Core i5 quad-core, 1920 by 1080 resolution, 4 gigs of DDR3 1333 MHz RAM, a 1 TB hard drive, which I believe is 7200 RPM, and an AMD Radeon HD 6770M video card with 512 megabytes of memory. So, yeah, I think it was the best option. I'm not sure how well you guys can see my cursor here. I'm trusting you can see it pretty well. Excuse my hand. This version is cheaper by about $300, but the video card is not as good, the hard drive is not as good, and the processor is not as good. This one, pricing seems, you know, like Apple pricing, a little heavy for the price. I mean, a little heavy for the hardware. But this version is $200 more than this version. But what do you get? A bigger screen. For $200 more, you get a bigger screen, which I think is kind of a ripoff and not at all worth it. And the very biggest version is $2,000, which is a bit much for me. That thing would be pretty beastly. 27-inch screen, which is enormous. 3.1 GHz quad-core Intel Core i5, 2560 by 1440 resolution, 4 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and an AMD Radeon HD 6970M, 1 gigabyte graphics card. And that's actually, when you think about it, very, very expensive, like most Apple products are for the hardware. But after owning tens of PCs and after using multiple Macs, I can say that there's a lot more to Macintosh computers than the hardware. I mean, when I buy a PC, when I build a gaming PC, all I really care about is what the hardware is. With Macs, it's different. You don't just care about what the hardware is. There's a lot more to it. The design is very useful, and the operating system is a lot better than any Windows operating system I've ever used. That's my opinion on it. And unfortunately, I could not find very many reviews for this version of the iMac, and the ones that were reviews were done by typical Mac users. People who have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to computers. They would just have no idea what the heck they're talking about when it comes to hardware specifications and stuff. But you guys can expect some videos from me as far as reviews, gameplay, unboxing, and all that stuff goes. I'm probably going to make it a little more professionalized, though, since I don't want to do the stupid, let's point the camera at the subject and talk off the top of your head for 5 minutes type of approach that I normally take with videos. So, yeah, that's it. Stay tuned, I guess, to our channel for updates and when things going to arrive. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow or the next day. We ordered it 3 days ago, and it's supposed to arrive tomorrow or the next day, when it has not even been shipped out yet. Last time I checked, which was about 3 hours ago. So that's a little weird. I'm not trusting their estimated delivery date. I'm guessing it's going to be delivered probably Thursday or Friday, which would be, I don't know, December 1st or 2nd or something. So that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching, and have a very, very nice day.